Well, good evening, everybody. We are really grateful that tonight, in bipartisan fashion, with overwhelming majority of votes, we passed the American Relief Act of 2025. This is a very important piece of legislation. It funds the government, of course, until March of 2025. That was a big priority for us. This is America First legislation because it allows us to be set up to deliver for the American people. It's a very important piece of legislation. It funds the government, of course, until March of 2025. In January, we will make a sea change in Washington. President Trump will return to D.C. and to the White House, and we will have Republican control of the Senate and the House. Things are going to be very different around here. This was a necessary step to bridge the gap, to put us into that moment where we can put our fingerprints on the final decisions on spending for 2025. We also, in this bill, as you know, took care of Americans who desperately needed and deserved the assistance. We had a record hurricane season. Hurricanes Helene and Milton in particular did dramatic damage across at least 6 states. The Carolinas, Virginia, from Florida, Tennessee, all the way through. And they have been waiting for the federal government to assist. We did that tonight in this bill. We are excited about this outcome tonight. We're grateful that everyone stood together to do the right thing. And having gotten this done now as the last order of business for the year, we are set up for a big and important new start in January. We can't wait to get to that point. We encourage swift passage in the Senate now. They need to do their job as the House just did. We will all go home. This is a necessary step to bridge the gap, to put us into that moment where we can put our... I was in constant contact with President Trump throughout this process, spoke with him most recently about 45 minutes ago. He knew exactly what we were doing and why, and this is a good outcome for the country. I think he certainly is happy about this outcome as well. Elon Musk and I talked within about an hour ago, and we talked about the extraordinary challenges of this job. And I said, hey, you want to be Speaker of the House? I don't know. He said, this may be the hardest job in the world. I think it is. But we're going to get through this. We are going to unify this country, and we are going to bring the America First agenda to the people beginning in January. We cannot wait to get started. On the final decisions on spending for 2025. We also, in this bill,
House Democrats have successfully funded the government at levels requested by President Biden in order to meet the needs of the American people in terms of their health, safety, and economic well-being. House Democrats have successfully fought for families, farmers, first responders, and the future of working-class Americans. House Democrats have successfully fought for $100 billion in disaster assistance. House Democrats have successfully stopped extreme MAGA Republicans from shutting down the government, crashing the economy, and hurting working-class Americans all across the land. House Democrats have successfully stopped the Billionaire Boys Club, which wanted a $4 trillion blank check, by suspending the debt ceiling in order to enable them to cut Social Security, cut Medicare, and cut nutritional assistance while providing massive tax breaks for the wealthy, the well-off, and the well-connected. This is a victory for the American people. We have successfully advanced the needs of everyday Americans, but there are still things to be worked on, and we look forward to that fight in the new year. Happy holidays.
Would you support eliminating the debt ceiling next year?
Are you going to negotiate with President-elect?
Being Speaker of the House is a challenge in this modern era, but it's a challenge that we accept. It's a great honor to serve in the position. I wouldn't say it's the most fun job in the world all the time, but it's an important one, a hugely consequential moment for the country. I got into politics because of my children. I'm concerned about their future, and I think that we're going to have a chance to begin to change all that in January, and I'm really excited about that. So everybody's going to go home and get a little bit of rest, and they're going to come back fully prepared to do the hardest work of their lives, and we look forward to that in January.
Sir, what lessons learned in the past couple of days for the next couple of years?
We're going to start January on really strong footing, and we have a lot to do. We're going to have a very aggressive agenda to work with President Trump to secure our border, to lower gas prices, to get the economy back on track. Those are the things that we talked about during the campaign, and we're going to deliver for those families who are struggling.
So that's dealing with the debt ceiling before January 20th?
I won't give an exact date. It's going to be something we work on very early.
Sir, what lessons have been learned in the past couple of days that can help out in the next couple of years?
Well, we've got a very narrow majority, and, you're dealing with the Senate that really has failed to do a lot of work. They didn't do any appropriations bills all year. Hopefully next year we're going to have a new dynamic. With a new Senate, I'm very confident in that Senator Thune's leadership that he's going to want to get the Senate working more. So we'll be able to move things on both sides so you don't have these showdowns and midnight hour deadlines. And let's just do our work on normal's calendars. So we're going to be working early. All that we know is that with a narrow majority, we're always going to have to be working very closely with all our members, listening a lot as we do on all of these bills before we can put the right kind of coalition together to pass a bill.